basically it's sort of like everything you did for the course. Sort of what will go into it. So it's going to have your background information. You're basically going to say your name, your major, and by the way, you're probably doing this in a PowerPoint. You could also do it in a, you could also videotape it, or do it on the screen. Live option. Someone film you. You can do the Zoom option, which is probably the best option for. I mean, if you just want to do it cheap and it'll get it done and it's got everything in it. It's actually fairly easy to use Zoom. Maybe I'll do a video on that. That would be a bad idea. Screencasting option. I've had trouble with this, but you're free to look at it. But the PowerPoint option is also another one. And you probably don't want to put this in PowerPoint anyways. It just makes it easier. This thing doesn't look like it's focused. And in your PowerPoint, once you get it done, you can actually export it as a video. So when you do your voiceover and all that, you can export it as the MP4, which is just the MPEG-4 format. And you just do File, Export, Create Video, and it'll actually create a video out of your PowerPoint. PowerPoint can do quite a bit nowadays. I think some people don't realize how much it can do. But anyway, so what goes into it? Again, you're going to have your background, name, major, graduation date. It's kind of the basic stuff that you'd expect. And then talk about how you became interested in whatever your target job is. So whatever your target job is, whatever the title of it is, explain how you came about that. Then throw in a little bit about I believe this job will allow me to use my leadership skills or my analytical skills or whatever skills you want to focus on. A little bit of your background here. Next, you're going to go into your job search specifics. Now, I know some of you guys are not graduating this quarter or this semester, I should say. You may not be graduating for a year or so. So when you do your specific, any internship applications you're trying to get, put those in there. Specific job search sites, like which ones are you going to use? I'm going to use Indeed and ZipRecruiter or whatever. Now, it could be if you're going to graduate this quarter, you probably want to start making those accounts now. However, if you're not going to graduate this semester, I should say you may want to do that for future amount. That's fine too. I wouldn't expect you to start putting resumes out when you're not going to graduate for another year or so. And any specific job, company job application. So if you have a specific company, maybe you're already working at Target or something like that, and you want to move up in Target, you may have specific company job applications. I think it also be ones you've already filled out if you're for a job, whatever those are. So this is sort of, specifically what your plan is for getting interviews, who you're going to do it with, all right? Specifically what ones you're going to use. And again, these can be future ones if you're not going to graduate, until for another semester, another year, or whatever. You obviously, you wouldn't be applying for a job today if you're not going to be able to take it for a year. Okay, so these two are going to be covered. And again, you can do these in PowerPoint. I mean, you can do PowerPoint and just talk over. As you name it, write it all out. And this is job search sites. You're going to type those all into a screen or two. And then you go into your professional portfolio. And this is what we talked about. Was it last week or the week before? I think it was 2 weeks ago. So professional portfolio is kind of what we went over, that has, it's going to have your, oh yeah, I got it. So this is your professional portfolio. Let me get a different color. Now your cover letter, personal mission statement, resume, recommendations, all those things that are in your professional portfolio, those will be in there. If you also have some work you know, they have examples of your work in there. And again, put those in as, I talked about this before, but in your professional portfolio, examples of work. I would put those in, insert them as paste, special, and then meta file, which is just a picture. And again, the reason for doing that, and actually, if you look at some of these examples that I have down here, the interview acquisition, please ignore the parts about Google links. Before, they used to have Google links in there, and you put a link in your Google document, it would link to another document. There's a problem with that, and that is that a lot of people, businesses especially, don't use Google links. They don't use Google. So, you know, even though they had that in as a part of the other old one, there are some companies that use them, but a lot of companies don't. A lot of companies are strictly Microsoft. You'll find that Microsoft is used, at least in the business field, Microsoft is far and away what most companies will use. So you don't want to have those links in there anyways. So you want everything to be kind of self-contained in the document itself. So anyway, you can also insert the professional portfolio directly into the interview acquisition plan. So you can put all this in your PowerPoint. You know, this is your PowerPoint. The LinkedIn profile, you can do a screenshot. Oops. Yeah, insert in PowerPoint. So, you know, these are basically the 4 sections you're going to have: the background, what your interest, you know, when you're graduating, what you're interested in, how exactly are you going to search for your job, or if you've already started searching for your job, put that in there. Professional portfolio, you're just going to kind of walk through the professional portfolio. LinkedIn profile screenshot, and that's going to be it. Now, if you use one of the, for instance, if you use the Zoom one, especially, and this is probably the one I would say use one of these 2. This would be my, I don't know, my recommendation. It would be one of these 2. Those are probably the easiest ones.
Are we all 12? Oh, okay.
You could use it. You could use the live option. You could also use the Screen-O-Matic option. Again, I've had trouble with the Screen-O-Matic option. I'm not sure why. But anyway, it's and it says to record your PowerPoint presentation, save an MP3 for it. You can actually do this in, as long as you're using PowerPoint. Well, with a school, Roosevelt, you get access to PowerPoint. You know, you have PowerPoint 365. You can actually do this. You can actually record it. You don't need a Screencast-O-Matic. You can do that right in PowerPoint. You just down here. You go to File, Export, Create Video, and MP3. And for some reason, I didn't put a comma at the after that. But anyway, I started MP3, MPEG-4. So you can actually do that in PowerPoint. I think anything after 2010, PowerPoint 2010, I believe, you can create that right in PowerPoint. You don't need to go through that. Yeah, you can, but I mean, and the Zoom one is also, and the Zoom one might be a little bit, if you're more familiar with Zoom, it might be a little bit easier to go through because of these. You know, you don't really have to if you're doing the Zoom, you don't have to put those into a PowerPoint. If you're using strictly PowerPoint, you got to put those in. But if you're using PowerPoint for just these 2, and then if you're using Zoom, you can actually just click on your professional portfolio and click on your LinkedIn profile and go through it. So again, this is, you know, the Zoom one, if you're comfortable with using Zoom, this one might be a good one to use. Maybe I should do this. I should do is how to on a Zoom, because Zoom is free, and you can record stuff on your screen, and it's not too difficult to do. But anyway, so the Zoom option would be good if you're comfortable with doing Zoom, and then you do these two, and then just click on your portfolio, bring that up. You can click on that, and your LinkedIn profile, you can click on that, and it'll automatically record it. So you wouldn't have to put those in PowerPoint. But either way, so I would say you're probably going to want to use those two. There's some examples of it. These are some examples of those. And I do have an example, an MP4 one. Maybe I'll show a little bit of that, and you kind of see what. I gotta change this. Sorry, I'm taking so long here.
Hello, my name is Abby Cardew, and today.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show you just a little bit of a screencast of one of those two. And actually, I'll post this one online. This one actually isn't on. This one is not on YouTube, but I can post it in Blackboard. Oh, let's see, what am I doing here? Share screen. Okay, hopefully you can see that. And
today I will be presenting my interview acquisition plan.
And so this
I apologize
is
in advance that I cannot play it in a bigger screen. I am not able to click on things and break. I have been looking for an entry-level manager position / human
okay.
resources
So she's
position.
telling a little bit
There are
about what she is
over 150
looking for.
plus positions at this entry level. The one that I chose and hopefully will be getting the job soon and applied to is at BioLife, the Plasma Center, as an operator at the time. They also require a high school diploma and or an associate or bachelor's degree. So there are two big accountabilities that I'll be taking care of, and they are one, employee development.
So she's going into a specific job
60% of the time.
application.
So working with hiring, training, video, interaction, and samples of work, evidence of real quick.
Okay, again, this is a link that we don't have.
Make it a bit bigger. All right.
And so this is her
So it has
professional
my phone
portfolio.
number, my address, and it also has some licenses and certificates. I believe it is important to be active and participant, which was the class that I had to take to graduate. So that is I'm sorry about that. When you go to my LinkedIn.
Okay, now she's going through her
again,
LinkedIn.
My graduating picture that I have. It says that I am a recent college graduate, that I now reside in. And friends, also just connections that I've made along the way, classmates, and just people that I've met walking down the street, some of them too. Please feel free to look at my LinkedIn and contact me if you have any questions or concerns or comments. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Yes, wait hold on a second, I can't get rid of this. There we go. Okay, so anyway, where am I? So anyway, that is the, kind of a look at what it is. So basically you go through your background, what you're looking for as far as your professional job, get into specifics of, either the websites that you're going to use, the job sites you're going to use, anything you're applying for now, internships and that sort of thing. Or if you already applied for a job, that's fine. It's even better. That you can put that in too. So specific jobs, or if you have again, if you're looking for a specific company, maybe you're already working for somebody, you're already working for Starbucks, you want to move up in the management of Starbucks or something like that, that's fine too. So you can also look at future jobs. So, but put something in as far as what, if nothing else, what the job sites you're going to use, whether it's Indeed, ZipRecruiter, whatever it is, put those in too. And then your professional portfolio, which I think most of you probably had already done, and then the LinkedIn profile. And that's just basically going through your LinkedIn profile, just the basic stuff that we had put in there earlier. So anyway, any questions on that?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And again, you know, so and quite honestly, the big part of let me get the just videos here for a second. You know, kind of the big part of this, you know, this is obviously important too, but professional portfolio is really, it's sort of like a video of the professional portfolio. This is probably going to be, you know, these will be a minute or two. This will probably be 3 or 4 minutes. You know, LinkedIn profile, maybe another minute or so. So, I mean, it's not going to be, you know, these are going to be fairly short. That's going to be the professional profile is really kind of the meat of the class. That's what you're, you know, specifically trying to do, and that's what you're going to give to people as a single document, usually that will introduce yourself to them.
So if we're at a place already, are we pretending to apply somewhere, or how?
You already got your professional job that you're going to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm already at a law firm.
Yeah, I guess. Well, how about this?
Unless I can make it like you know, 5 years from, like how you said, future jobs, like 5 years from now, you know, if I want to change. Okay.
That would be absolutely fine. That would be absolutely fine.
Okay.
So, but congratulations on having a job already. That's always good. It's good to have a good job.
Well, I still have to get my degree to like complete it all, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the way to do it. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and again, you know, you can use either one. I think maybe next class I'll go over kind of the Zoom stuff. So, and by the way, you guys, I'm not, if you don't get it in today, I think it's set up to turn it in today. Don't worry if you don't get it in today. I haven't taken off any points for anybody turning in stuff late. Kind of a crazy semester here that is not really good for this class. So anyway, but yeah, either one of those two. I think next week I'll go into using Zoom and kind of how you can make a video out of that. It's actually fairly powerful. You can do quite a bit with Zoom, and if you have a camera on your computer or laptop or probably even your phone, I'm sure, you can actually do quite a bit with it. So anyway, I think next time we'll go over that. At least part of it will, part of the class. Any questions on this?
No. Okay, so can I oh, never mind, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I want to know, so can I record in Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I need to know. Okay.
Yeah, and Zoom will have an option for you to record on it. You click on it where it says webcast, and yeah, so when you go into Zoom, you do open a meeting, and if you click on webcast, it'll say, it'll give you a little check mark. Do you want to record by it? And
do I need to show my face?
You don't have to. You can just show the screen.
Okay.
And there's at the bottom it says share screen, and I don't know if I can show that. Let me see something. Maybe we can share my whole screen.
Because I know how to record and do all that in PowerPoint. That Zoom is what get me. I hate Zoom.
You hate Zoom? What did Zoom ever do to you? All right. Those are shoes. Those are not what we want to see. Wait. I'm doing something wrong here.
Oh my God, your computer looks so ancient.
You know, I got it set up like that.
Huh.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. Let me go to Zoom. Oh, it's not letting me show it. How come it's not letting me open up Zoom? Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, let me try this again. Yeah, there's actually a shell that you can get for Windows 10 to make it look like Windows 7. And And that's what I, okay, so wait, let's see, let me do this. It's not letting me go to the screen itself. No, that stinks. Huh. Yeah. Okay, well, oh, I know what I can do. I hope this doesn't goof. Here, I know. I know how to do it. Go to my camera. Here we go. Oh, that's not very good. Oh, look at that. It's going into infinity. So down here here's the screen share. It'll pop up, and it's a little funny now because it's going into infinity. But whatever screen you have, you can actually show that. So you could click on, if you had your PowerPoint up, you can click on that, and it'll just keep recording it. So whatever screen you want to, and then you just click on Stop Share to stop it, and then goes into psychedelic something. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, you click on the bottom here, and you can go into the screen share. It'll show you what you can, you can not that, what screens you want to share, or the desktop, well, you have iPhone, iPad, whatever you have. So you can always click on any of those that you want to share. So you could have your PowerPoint up, and then you could switch over to your professional portfolio, and then you could do your LinkedIn. So you could just have those up and ready to go, and click on those as you need to share it. And again, it's let's see here. And again, you'll have it under, you click on webcast. I think it's webcast. It may be called something else, but and then have it put on record, and so it'll record. And when you're done, it'll convert it into an MP4 and ask you where you want to save it.